Hello, this is Linda Comeau on behalf of the 2015 North American Systemic Constellations Conference coming up in November, very soon, and this might be my last interview. Today I have with me Joan Calvert, who is giving a talk on Sunday, November 15th, 12:15 to 1:45, and the title of her talk is The Power and Possibility of Using Constellations for Supervision. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
I'm really looking forward to this. I want to just say a couple of things about myself, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Sure, okay. I teach marriage and family therapy. I'm a professor at Central Connecticut State, and this is a topic that is extremely interesting to me, using constellations for supervision. So I have used constellations now for the interns, the MFT interns, and I found that it's extremely effective, and not only for them but for also me, because I'll segue into this. How I talk to people about constellations, especially students, is I basically say it's all about seeing, it's all about insight, it's all about this is a Virginia Satir thing, right? It's all about what needs to be seen, what leads us on, what is in the way, and kind of coping with the parallels that we find in our life, our ancestors' life, and beyond, and noticing what may cause us not to see what's interesting and what is important to see. So looking at it, constellations from that perspective of knowing, of trying to find out what the field has for us in a very mindful way. So the idea of what needs to happen, what do we need to see, I move into that with supervision, and if anyone comes up to me and asks what is constellations, I talk to them about that. What is your relationship? If you would like to find out, what is your relationship with your ancestors, with your family, and is there anything that has caused the flow of love in your system to slow down, get plugged up, stop? And that's what we look for. And once we can do that and find perhaps that, then we can move forward. So with my own work, I work sort of very mindfully and meditatively with constellations, and so almost on a daily basis I tune in to my heart. I expand my heart center. I continue with heart breath. I breathe through my nose and exhale as if it were coming out my heart. And I just let that heart breath move through my family system, through my ancestral family system, even through past lives, just where it needs to go. It has its own intelligence. So, and I trust it. And so anything I ask, should I see anything? What do I need to see today? Please show me only what I need to see today, not what I don't need to see, not too much. So I work in that way in the morning with myself with constellations, so that I can move through my day in a loving way, in an insightful way, in a helping way. So I am looking at basically helping helpers to help. And by doing that, so using constellations in supervision has helped my helpers to help their clients. And so I get to my talk, and that is why I'm so excited about this, is because for me, there are so many new insights that I'm getting in terms of sort of like the homeopathic nature of what I'm doing. You get the clients you need, you get the supervisees you need, and our fields commingle. Our fields are so, I don't know how to say it. One, the awareness expands, extends, and the more we can, at least I speak for myself, tune in to this organ of perception. You know, Dan Cohen talks about this, the heart. And the more I tune into it, the more meaning I see, and the more connection I see, and the more enthusiastic I am about where this is all leading. Teilhard de Chardin says that which anything that rises must converge. And it feels like we're all moving in this direction. And Constellations is, to me, basically a model of awareness that uses our organ of perception. And so in my talk, then, I'll say a little bit more about experiences and examples of how I've used it with my own students, interns. And then I would really like for people to present whatever, if they have clients that perhaps they're not moving as well as they would like to, then we can do some examples and experiences in the session. And I'm thinking what I'd like to do is have stand up, representatives, the traditional way of doing this, and have representatives for the therapist and client and so forth. And then I would like to try a blind constellation where the client comes up and says to us, this is my issue with my client, family, or individual, and then ask the person to leave, and then we'll pick representatives, and we'll see how the movement, if they have movement and so on, typical, and then bring back in the therapist, and then see what needs to be seen from there. And then the third one would be along the lines of what Dan does, and just tuning in internally without stand-in reps, internally, and just seeing, having all of us in the room notice what happens, and just sharing from there. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And of course, anything else that in the Q&A session people might have asked.
And whatever unfolds.
And whatever unfolds, right. Exciting.
Very exciting. Okay. Now I just would like to ask you also, because you hinted at the beginning, how you describe constellations to a stranger. Would you either repeat or give me another interpretation?
Yes. Well, I talk to my students about it as a model of awareness, of looking at relationships in both a very concrete way and also a very spiritual way, you would say, and looking at what we call entanglements with various ancestors and falling into our mother's wounds, as I think Bill Mantle says. What has happened to stop the flow of harmony and balance and love? And my clients, I speak to them about this, and they're very interested. Oh, okay, yeah, that would be interesting. Let's look at the ancestors and what hasn't been processed, and what therefore epigenetically has kind of been passed down. So that's pretty much how I talk about them.
That's super. I like that, Joan. I'm writing it down.
Oh, awesome.
Great. Okay. And you mentioned your preparation in the morning and breathing.
Yes.
And so that's a self-care.
Right.
Could you go over that again a bit?
Okay. So I have my practice in the morning, my spiritual practice, and part of it is I tune in, and I just ask Living Spirit, ask to show me the field, show me just for today where I need to go, show me what I need to see. Importantly, don't show me what I don't need to see. And I see basically, as you said, what unfolds. And what might come to me might be something with a relationship with one of my students or a staff member, or to focus on, and somebody might just pop into my mind. And then I'll say, oh, I better give that person a call. So I just simply tune into the field, allow the field to inform me and to guide me. And, so much of this work is listening, right? It's listening. How do we listen with our whole being? And, because I feel that I'm just floating in this living spirit of the field of life and so on. So that's what I do in the morning.
Very cool. Very cool way to start your day. How could it be anything but perfect after that? Oh, thank you very much for that explanation. That's very cool. Approximately how long do you take?
It could be anywhere with this part, like 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
Okay.
I should also mention that Sophie Hellinger has talked about this cosmic power meditation, and that's what I basically do. I start out, with a smile on my face and move inward, and then tuning into the field with the smile on. And any thoughts that come that are distractions, I thank them. And any sensations in my body that I have that are whatever, I say yes to, thank you. So it's all a very big affirmation type of process.
Oh, that is lovely. I really like that. Oh, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's fine for me.
Okay, good. Well, you did say you were going to be brief.
Yeah, I promised.
But sometimes we just have to talk. But thank you very much for your time today. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Yes.
And, it's only a few days away, my gosh.
I know.
Okay, so we'll see you there. Joan's talk is The Power and Possibility of Using Constellations for Supervision on Sunday, right after lunch. So thank you very much, Joan.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Wonderful. Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.